just stats-wise, they had 11 punts, only 10 first downs. That's unusual, and then I think 6 of those came on the touchdown drive.
Yeah, man, our guys really played well. We had one of our best weeks and easily our best Friday and Saturdays. We get about a 50-play walkthrough in on Friday, and which is pretty extensive, but you just felt really good. You're like, wow, man, surely it's not going to be that easy. But I just think our guys mentally were really, they really accepted the challenge, and again, really, for the most part, played pretty good, you know. And, it helps when your offense is playing like that too. And really, because it, puts them in a different kind of position, as opposed to a back and forth type of game. So, proud of our guys. Our guys are staying very hungry and have a great sense of humility to them. And that's what's led to these kind of results. So they've been really grinding and have, again, through 8 games, have really sustained it. And that'll be the challenge, moving forward, to continue the same kind of preparation and focus and the discipline and the appreciation and respect for the game and the toughness that it takes to play at a high level, week in and week out.
How much do you think it got their attention? The most recent film that BC had was watching them just.
Yeah, I mean that was good, but they've had a bunch, and that was certainly we saw NC State in some crossover games this year, so. It was a big deal, starting a week ago, in our preparation, saying, hey, NC State was #1 ACC and top 5 in the country in rush defense, and it just mowed right through them, And so our guys, and then you watch the big play reel and how these guys run the football and their play actions, and so it tied in on a one seam route that Isaiah's in great position. They got really good, players within their scheme. But again, our guys, they really locked in and played really, really well.
With the style they play, was this just kind of good for you to see your team really have just a kind of bloody your nose? I think it's a style.
And then they do some things formationally and motion-wise, a lot more than, it doesn't look like much maybe to the naked eye, but it's a lot structurally, that there's a lot of adjusting that has to go on and alignments that have to be right, or you're going to have problems. And so it was a really good game for us from that standpoint. Some of the things that we've seen this year, but there's also some things that are just going to help continue to grow our defense. And some of it you saw on the field tonight, and then some of it we did it all week in practice, and then some of it shows up on game day and some of it doesn't. So there was a really, just saw ourselves get better this week through practice and our preparation, and then even through the game as well.
How much fun was it to see Logan get that scoop and
Oh, it was
score?
awesome. Coach Stiff. It was awesome. So Chad got the Beaver Award, which goes to the guy that causes the first turnover. But my favorite part was watching that break the little tackle there and scoot on down the road. That was fun. That was cool.
After the first quarter, I don't think they had more than 33 yards in any quarter.
Yeah.
So that's just consistency throughout.
Yeah, and again, they'll probably be the first to admit their style of play isn't, really built for, tossing the ball, 60 times. They certainly probably will do it if they have to, but that's not their comfort zone. So we benefited again from the offense really playing extremely well as well.
Coach, how good is it to have Jake back?
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was cool. It was great to have him back, and he had 2 separate hamstrings, and my other son Tyler had a 25% tear the week before last, and I'm only Mel Venables healthy, but no, it was good. He came out and played well. He's worked hard, so it was good.
Kind of in the same vein of what David asked on the consistency. Is this as good as maybe the backups and the third level guys have come in and played?
Yeah, I thought they played well tonight. I think that's fair to say. They got in there and played one of their better games, for sure.
What area of improvement would you most like to see in the next few games?
What area of improvement? I just want guys to be consistent. I think that's what you got to prove. Are you a sometime-timer? Are you an all-the-timer? Who are we? And so again, consistency, humility, the preparation, the intensity, the respect for the game, all those things I wouldn't necessarily want to see it improve. I want to see it sustained. And that'll be the challenge, because everybody, now they try to anoint you, or you don't have to worry about this week or whatever, and that's couldn't be further from the truth. You got to respect the game, and there's a process, and again, you have great leadership and great practices, and again, you're doing all the little things right in regards to healing your body up, eating right, sleeping right, watching film, being coachable, coming in for extra, all those things. You got to. That's how, to me, I think that's how you see, okay, you got this clump of teams, that you got all these teams that are winning at a high level and undefeated, and all of a sudden you see them one by one just kind of start dropping off. I think that's a big part of it. And that's a hard thing when you're dealing with young people, to keep them grounded, hungry, humble, focused, appreciative, thankful, and tough-minded. It's hard.